So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, there's a lot of news that dropped recently, and here I wanted to talk about the PlayStation 5 sales information, PlayStation 5 stock, the Bungie deal, and more over there. News on classic games for PlayStation 3, 2, 1, and PlayStation Portable on PlayStation 5. Sony put some hype here, and the Metal Gear Solid Remake is back in the discussion. First, choose one. Metal Gear Solid Remake or Bloodborne Remake. I know it's a weird one here, but choose one of those if you could only have one. For me personally, I'll go with the Metal Gear Solid Remake. I enjoy stealth titles, but that's just my situation. What about you guys? So comment below. If you had to choose one, Metal Gear Solid Remake or a Bloodborne Remake? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony's financial call. I'm not going to go through everything here, but I'll have it linked below if you want to dive into all of the information. But here are some of the highlights from yesterday. The PlayStation 5 has shipped 19.3 million consoles as of March 31st, 2022. So this number is shipped to retailer, not sold through to customers, which is funny to see because I'm wondering which retailer out there has PlayStation 5s they haven't sold yet. This might as well be sold through to customers. That number, it might as well just be that number. And since this number is over a month old, it's probably past 20 million at this point. Sony also released some positive news for many people out there that don't have PlayStation 5s yet. They plan to ship 18 million more PlayStation 5s this year. So if you know someone who still doesn't have a PlayStation 5 yet, let them know a lot more are coming. 18 more million gamers should be able to get a PlayStation 5 this year, which is great news. By the end of this fiscal year, Sony should be near 40 million PlayStation 5 consoles sold. Beyond those pieces of information, Sony has revealed that they plan to close the Bungie deal, or the Bungie deal is planned to be closed sometime in their third fiscal quarter, which lands sometime between October to December. So sometime around then, the Bungie deal should be closed. I'm wondering if this will delay any other acquisition announcement. We have, of course, heard rumors of Sony locking down a big acquisition, and Sony themselves have confirmed more buyouts are coming. So I'm wondering if we'll hear about them this year or until this deal is closed. I guess we'll see on that. And one final note here, something we already know. Sony's CFO confirms that they do not plan on releasing day one first party titles on PlayStation Plus, with him stating AAA titles on PlayStation 5, if we distribute them on the subscription service, we may need to shrink the investment needed for that will deteriorate the first party title quality, and that is our concern. So we want to make sure we spend the appropriate development costs to have solid products and titles to be introduced in the right manner. So he's basically saying what has been said already. If they drop first party titles day one on PlayStation Plus, they won't make as much money off of each of those titles and won't be able to invest as much back into each of those games to produce more quality titles. I get that, but I'm curious to see how this works for Microsoft once they start dropping big titles like Starfield on Xbox later this year and moving forward with other big titles that they plan to release on the service. I'm really curious to see how that plays out. Of course, the difference between Microsoft and Sony is that Microsoft has a pit of money that they can just kind of throw in, but how long can they really or want to do that until they realize that maybe we're not going to make money back on this? But of course, there's Netflix and all of these other companies doing something similar, and they've been doing that for years. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the Metal Gear Solid Remake. Reading from comicbook.com, a remake of Metal Gear Solid is reportedly in the works. Unfortunately, the report doesn't have anything beyond this. The intel comes in the way of well-known industry insider and leaker account NGT, who was recently asked on Twitter by a follower if a Metal Gear Solid remake was in the works. Account NGT didn't say much, replying only with yes. There's no word who is making it, funding it, or when it could be released. There's also no word if Hideo Kojima, the creator of the series, is involved. So these Metal Gear Solid rumors started way back in 2020, I believe, with Bluepoint Games being the developer, or rumored to be the developer behind the game. The thing with Bluepoint is that they're also reportedly working on a Bloodborne remaster or remake along with Bloodborne 2, according to credible source Colin Moriarty from Last Stand Media. I've addressed this before by saying saying that Bluepoint Games was working on both the Shadow of the Colossus remake and the Demon Souls remake at the same time, so I wouldn't be surprised if the people that worked on the Shadow of the Colossus remake, which released in 2018, moved over to this Metal Gear Solid remake. Then the Demon Souls team moved over to the Bloodborne remaster slash remake and potentially this Bloodborne 2. I will say that sounds crazy to me considering the team is less than 100 people, but I'm not sure how hard it is or how long it takes to make a remake, so it could be possible. I'll also say that Bluepoint Games released a game in 2018, then in 2020, and now it's 2022, and I'm wondering if there's another game set to be released from the studio. Could it be this Metal Gear Solid remake or this Bloodborne remaster or remake? I guess we'll see later this year. But you guys let me know if you'll buy the Metal Gear Solid remake or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, news on classic PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, 1, and PlayStation Portable games on PlayStation 5. So, as we know, Sony's set to bring classic titles to the PlayStation 5 come later this month, first in Asian markets. This will include PS1, PS2, PS3, and PlayStation Portable titles. The release will be staggered, so people in the West, like myself, will be getting them in June, next month, not this month. This is all happening via the PlayStation Plus revamped service, which includes PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, and PlayStation Plus Premium. Premium is the one set to bring access to these classic titles. Now, the thing that people have been asking for, including myself, since when we first got this announcement, has been, what are the list of games? What's in that list? What games are we getting with the service? What classic games are we getting? People want to know if it's worth subscribing to, depending on the classic games they're set to bring. We have yet to see that list, but some positive information has come up recently, and we'll get to that in a sec. I just want to mention that out of the list of titles set to come later this month and next month, we did get several leaks that revealed Worms Armageddon, Worms World Party, Tekken 2, Ridge Racer 2, Mr. Driller, Siphon Filter 1, 2, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, Siphon Filter Logan's Shadow, all seem set to come to the service. That's a good chunk of classic titles right there. Now, in terms of the rest of the list of games, Sony seems confident. Recently, they had their financial call, as we covered in the first story of this video, and here's what the CFO said in regards to the PlayStation Plus service. We will start the renewal of PlayStation Plus from June onwards in a staged manner, and we would like it to stably grow and be supported by users. I would like you to have great expectations for this together with me. So Sony has great expectations for the service, which is of course great to hear because it means they expect it to be enticing enough for people to subscribe to. This leaves me a bit hopeful that the list of classic titles includes a lot of great games from all of those past generation PlayStation consoles. Not only that, PlayStation Plus Extra, that extra tier that's set to include a collection of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, those should also be set to have a great set of titles as well, if Sony has great expectations for the service. I'm excited. I am also hopeful that it's actually good. The pricing is solid in my opinion. The games just need to hit right to keep me on the service. But you guys let me know if the CFO's comment leaves you hopeful that we'll see some good games on the service or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. To subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Bring on the summer." Obviously, the summer is the exciting part of the year when it comes to gaming events. Hopefully, Sony has their showcase. Xbox is set to have theirs. Nintendo is probably going to have one of their own. The Summer Games Fest is coming. I'm excited, and I just want to dive into all of that content. If you're on the same boat, destroy the comment section with "Bring on the summer," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now, I'll check you guys out on the next one.